Hi, it's Mr. M and this is...
MJ.
What are we making today, MJ?
Rice.
Let's do it! So, we're cooking rice today. There's many different kinds. We have brown rice, we've got some Japanese sushi rice, we've got long grain rice, we've got Thai sticky rice. Today we're going to focus on Japanese short grain rice, which you can use for many dishes, including sushi. So, we're going to learn how to prepare it in two ways. What's this, MJ?
The Instant Pot.
So we're going to learn how to make it with an Instant Pot if you're lazy, and I learned how to make it in a pot and pan on the stove in Japan, and I'll show you how to do that too. Ready, MJ?
Ready.
Let's do the Instant Pot. Alright, the first thing we need to do, obviously, is to, shockingly, measure the rice. We're going to use a dry measure for this, and today we're making 1 dry cup, so into the cup it goes. Then we're going to put it right in the Instant Pot. MJ will get that for us. Make sure before you add the liquids in real life, you're going to rinse this rice first. But because of the magic of video editing, boom, guess who's adding the water? Why, it's MJ. We're going to use a liquid measure for liquids, shockingly. We're going to do 2 cups, 2-to-1 ratio, 1 cup rice, 2 cups water. Nicely done, MJ. Now, because we're doing Japanese rice today, we're going to use a little bit of rice wine vinegar. You're probably asking, Mr. M, how much? I don't know. About that much, whatever that is, I don't measure. So once it's in there, we're gonna go ahead, grab something, give it the old spinnerooski, make sure everything gets well acquainted, mixed up nicely. Then we put the top on our Instant Pot. Be sure to set it so that the steam's not going to escape, and then my wonderful assistant MJ will go ahead and boop, push the button. 12 minutes on low pressure. It's just the normal rice setting. You don't have to do anything other than that. Well done. Now, we just need to wait, and wait, and wait, and... oh, look, it's done. Excellent. So, once your Instant Pot beeps at you, that means it's time for it to vent. You can either naturally vent, which we're going to do, or you can manually unvent it, basically. But we don't want to do that, because now we're going to make rice in a pot. Again, 1 dry cup in a dry measure. MJ will go ahead and put that in the pot, and this time we're actually going to show you how to rinse that out. Now this is a very important step when you're cooking rice. Basically we're going to put a bunch of water in there and then use our fingers to, some people would say massage, that's kind of weird, but we're going to basically try and get some of the excess starch that's on the outside off. If you're making sushi, you'll want to rinse this several times till the water's clear. It might take 4 or 5 times. For our case, we're just making normal rice. Once or twice will do. Go ahead and strain all that excess water out, and we are ready to add our water. Again, 2-to-1 ratio, 2 cups water for 1 cup rice to make it nice and sticky, like I learned in Japan. Again, because we're doing Japanese style rice, a little bit of rice wine vinegar. We're gonna go ahead and put in about that much, whatever that is. So just a little bit, it'll give it a little bit of taste, but mainly it's just to help the rice stick. And onto the stove it goes. I don't like to use a lid because if I put a lid on it, I'm gonna forget that I have it cooking. So we're gonna leave it unlidded and on high till it starts to boil. It'll look something like this. Notice the little bubbles at the side, it's a little bit foamy. That means we are just about ready to turn down the heat to low. For most of you, that'll be between 2 and 4 on your stove, and, whoop, almost did it. There we go. Make sure you put a lid on top, and we're just gonna let it sit there for 20 minutes. Be sure to set a timer, or you will probably forget and have very disgusting rice. Then, we're gonna wait, and 3, 2, 1... Happy New Year! Oh no, our rice is just done. So when it's done, turn off your timer and we've got to fluff it. Do use a hot pad, the lid can be very warm. And you can use a rice paddle, you can use a fork, you can use whatever you'd like. We just want to make sure that we don't have it stick to the bottom and get all gross. Then I like to also cover it for a few minutes after that, just to let all the different things reacclimate. Alright, looks like our Instant Pot is just about done. It hasn't completely naturally vented, so I'm going to release some of the steam, which will look like this, to make sure your face is not anywhere near it.
Well, that's a lot of water.
you want to let most of it naturally vent as much as you can. Then you'll hear it click, which means you can pull that top off. Ah, look at that. Some yummy, yummy rice. Now, remember everything's very, very hot, so when we're doing this, I use a rice paddle. We're going to first mix it up a little bit. Mixa, mixa, mixa. Oh, that smells good.
Can I
Then,
too?
can you smell it? What do you think?
Good.
Good? Love it. Now, to serve, we're going to use traditional Japanese rice bowls. I actually have some from Japan that I got when I went there. You can get them at an Asian grocery store too. These are nice because on the bottom it's very narrow and you can hold it just like this and you're not going to burn your hand even though the rice is super, super hot. So if you do have these bowls, fingers on the bottom and then on the top and you won't get burned. We're going to take our rice paddles, scoop a big ol' scoop in there. Get some for me. Did you want some, MJ? I thought you might. There's a scoop for MJ. Now you can eat rice as a side and that's fantastic, but what makes it even better is if you put, what's that called, MJ?
Furikake.
That's right, furikake. It's basically a seasoning. There's a lot of different ones. I have an egg one and I've got a vegetable one. I like the veggie myself. It's got salt, seaweed, a bunch of other things in there. Just sprinkle a little bit on the top. That's all right, champ. Sprinkle a little bit on top of your rice. There you go, and I'll have a little bit too. A little bit goes a long ways. Make sure you always seal it because we want to keep moisture out. Then you are ready to enjoy. You ready, MJ? All right, here we go. See how this turned out. Mmm. Delicious.
Too hot.
Too hot? Oh no. Well, you can go get some water. And thanks for watching. I'm Mr. M and this is, what's your name?
Madison Jones.
Or MJ. We'll see you next time.